Okay, so I'm gonna film like a whole bunch of places in Buffalo, run down in the snow when December hits to really give people an idea of what Buffalo is,
Mm-hmm.
the landscape of it. So I guess describe how the landscape of where you live has an impact on your son.
For me, maybe the fact that it's more of a working class town. The weather doesn't really do anything for me. This might not be the best question for me to answer. But it's like the economic factors, I feel, are definitely one of the biggest contributors to people's attitudes. And you know, you have a 9 to 5 day at a factory or in retail, and they're not always going to be great days. Some people are just straight up horrible customers to deal with. So you want to go to a metal show and you want to headbang and mosh your frustrations out and hang out with like-minded people who have very similar life experiences. So I think it's the economic factors mostly.
How would you describe the Buffalo winter?
Buffalo winter it's gorgeous. The lake effect it can be a real big pain for sure, but personally I like it. I like walking through the snow. It's you'll have people who complain about extreme temperatures. I have come to appreciate extreme heat, 90, extreme cold, like 10. So it's the Buffalo winter's nice, but it's not for everybody.
Okay, so are there any specific venues, people, events, or things that you feel massively help this scene?
Well, the funeral home for a lot of us is where it started, or at least really came together. Funeral home was another DIY spot in Buffalo's Riverside area, and it started off as more of a punk house, which had shows occasionally, and then they started hosting metal shows there. My band Kane actually played our first show at the funeral home back when a friend of mine who was in a band with Danny Lilliker said, "Hey, you want to play this show?" And so of course I got super excited about that. And so we only had 3 songs at the time, so we quickly finished our set, wrote 2 more, and debuted there. But that was a staple of the Buffalo metal scene for a good 3 to 4 years. As far as I was involved, I played a lot there. So there was that. Again, I ran the Lair, which I opened after the funeral home closed because I felt a responsibility or a general desire to want to continue the DIY metal spot if I could. So I did that. That lasted 6 years. I did incorporate some punk shows, some noise shows more at the end, but that was definitely a place for Buffalo DIY metal shows to happen. Nowadays, the Lair's gone. Coming of Rage Productions is, I would say, always quality lineups there. If you're into death metal, black metal, more extreme type stuff, some grind, maybe a little hardcore here and there, I would say anything Coming of Rage Productions does, check that out. Definitely played a couple awesome fests with some big headliners this year, and there's always more coming. So venue-wise, Mohawk Place is fine. They do everything. But I would say nowadays, Coming of Rage Productions, pay attention to them in Buffalo, and you'll find some great quality extreme metal lineups.
Have you been to the Soup?
Not yet. I know that that's a big one, and it includes a lot of hardcore, punk, metal, some rap too. It's a very underground place. I've yet to make it there, but I've seen flyers. I want to go there.
Come on, man.
I know.
It's right next to Nova Pizza. Oh shit.
Fine.
Yeah, the Nova Pizza.
Well, I've never been there, so you can cut that whole bit out.
No. Yeah, I was about to say. I'm gonna cut all of it out. Okay.
I haven't made it there. I want to, but
Oh, definitely.
yeah.
All right. Describe what a healthy scene looks like.
A healthy. Wait, I'm trying to find that question. All right, ask again, please.
Describe what a healthy scene looks like, and how does this relate to golf?
I would say as far as a healthy scene, bands are the most important. If you don't have any bands, then what is there? Sure, that's on a local scene. There can be promoters that bring big bands, but there's that huge disconnect between people who will come see a coming of age show featuring Hubris versus people who only come out for Cannibal Corpse. It's always constant, and those people really, they aren't part of the scene. Everybody wants them to be. Say, hey, check out this local stuff. You like this 30-year-old death metal band? Check out this death metal band who has the energy of them when they were from 1991. So it's something where, anyway, so, but mostly bands, a lot of people supporting each other, venues that are willing to put on more extreme shows on a semi-regular basis, you know, once a month, once every couple months, something constant. And so promoters that are willing to put on those shows, venues that are willing to host those shows, bands that are willing to play shows, and a good amount of people, fans that come out and support what's going on. I've been saying all this stuff for like the last 10 years. Just on video.
I like the fact that you brought up the fact you're like, you want to see Cannibal Corpse when they're actually like 30 years younger. I was like, oh shit, that's kind of a good point.
Yeah.
Just like nowadays, those bands just get on stage. They're really good.
Right.
The energy.
Yeah. You know, you want. Maybe Alex Webster will like add me just so he can block me. I'm not ripping on Cannibal Corpse.